Hello everybody. Today's a bit of a different video where I happen to keep seeing really fun art challenges I tend to not have the time for. Well, now I do. And I wanted to show you guys my process and results, and I just hope that you guys enjoy it. Of course, I'll be providing the links of the TikTok users and the video down in the description. And without further ado, let's get started. Have fun with it.
New Art Challenge. Draw your favorite character or OC using only straight lines. Get your reference images up because those will come in handy. You can add a sketch if you want to help you plan out where you're going to make those straight lines. Then just go in with the polyline or straight line tool and go crazy. This is a fun exercise to help you think about your art in a different way. Since you can't use curved lines, it's a fun challenge to try to make curved surfaces look three-dimensional while only using straight lines. It's also a good exercise to think about how you can simplify your forms. And you'll find with a lot of experimenting, you can go a long way. And there you have it. A character drawn with only straight lines. You can add some color if you want to. I really like how this guy turned out, and I had a lot of fun doing him. Thanks for watching.
First off, I am very sorry for having to play a time-lapse slowed down by Procreate. Unfortunately, this and another drawing footage got lost since I had to use the iPad screen recording built into system settings. I'm planning on finding a good app or something to fix it, so please bear with me on this. I don't know why the footage keeps losing, but either way, Procreate doesn't have the same line tool like the artist here has. He's using Clip Studio Paint. And although I have the software and I do plan on making a video, I owe someone that, I'm very unfamiliar with it compared to Procreate. Plus, I thought that it'd be fun to do in this app to see like what I could do here. Procreate allows you to make shapes by holding down the line, circle, polygon, etc. You could just adjust it, and it could get finicky, but it's really easy to mess with. I got curious and wanted to try it, and immediately noticed this is going to be a very bold drawing, because whenever I make a line, I tend to get very heavy-handed if you can't see already. I didn't want to do thin lines, and I just rolled with the thickness because thin lines would have looked odd and everything. This art method is definitely a fun option, and I would love to mess with this once in a while, since it does make me wonder what makes me want to shape the face like this. How can I make this pop out? And just forced me to mimic my character here, Rosen's her shape, her really edgy shape, in a really cool way. That just reminds me of like that edgy, sharp line art with the super saturated pop colors I be seeing on Twitter. Really cool. I really love seeing that art. I think this is also another way to do art if you aren't good at making lines and shapes yourself. Kind of like those monoline art styles with aesthetics feel. The ones that have like super smoothing and streamline. Those kind of things. If you're curious about my character here, Rosen is this doctor scientist that I made myself not too long ago. I created her on TikTok. A lot of people on TikTok really like her. She's meant to help my character, who's an axolotl agent, Dexter, with like tools and medicine and everything. Really cool. And I was wondering if maybe she could have helped the axolotl here, Dexter, to become more human monster-like. Either way, I really like her design and everything. I tried to do it with shading. I don't know why. Pro tip on this, don't mimic it with shading. It's kind of a hassle. Not to mention, I think that some smoothness within the shading lines would have looked really better than having to do this. I think I stopped doing it when it came to... No, I didn't. I just noticed. I did not stop when it came to shining. But yeah, you don't have to do everything in the line tool. I think primarily the line art. And doing stuff like cross hatching like I did within the little shading sleeves help a lot with making it stand out. I would recommend trying a bit of like cross hatching. And with that done, a 10 out of 10 method would do again. Next.
Artists, are you bored and running out of ideas for what you can draw? I have a little bit of a challenge for you. To do this, you're going to need to go find a place either in your house or outside and take a picture of your favorite spot. I decided to use this photo I took of our living room, but you can use whatever you like. Once you have your picture, you're either going to need a character that you admire or one of your own original characters. For mine, I'll be using this character that I created, Larko. So what you're going to be doing essentially is just drawing your character into whatever environment you took a photo of. This is a great challenge for pushing your capabilities when it comes to emulating lighting and shadows, because it forces you to pay attention to the environment around the character and really think about where you're placing those values. Ideally, by the time you're finished, you want it to look like the character actually belongs in the environment that you photographed. Now that you know what to do, I'd love to see some other artists take on this challenge. And for now, enjoy the rest of this time lapse.
Now, I couldn't find the place in my house that I really liked to do this challenge with, to take a picture of, but I did find the royalty-free image site that has endless possibilities. I will link it in the description for anyone to try to use, but it definitely had a lot of different options. I found one of a subway and I felt it was perfect to draw my character Dexter in. Although I had to lower the opacity to do a sketch that was visible for me. I chose Dexter here since he's like a cute axolotl aging character that I mentioned earlier, and thought it'd be fun for him to like taking a train late in the night, doing a mission. I don't know. I thought that it was cute, and I got to dress him up in like this nice trench coat thing that you'll see here soon. I really liked it. He's supposed to be like this smug and cocky character, inspired by all these TikToks I keep seeing of this character named Lupin. I have to watch whatever that is because that looks really interesting, as well as a bit of any other like thief character and agent character. It's just really nice. Although TikTok has simped for him heavily, and it is very entertaining to watch everybody's reaction. I like getting involved with the community there. It's so funny and fun. It's a nice community there. And as I'm finishing the sketch of this little abdomen gentleman here, finishing up the details of what I want to get done and planned, I'm thinking to myself, should I do line art or should I not? And that's because of the fact that the person in that TikTok didn't do line art. And while I was doing the line art here, I figured, yeah, the line art does not look right. So let's try doing this lineless. And heads up, by the way, I don't do lineless art. I've done it a few times, but they're usually like very stiff, very simple. I'm not very good at it. I don't understand how people could do that more than line art. I applaud them heavily because it could be easier for them and everything, but I can never. The thing is, no one has line art in real life, so I just thought, let's do this. Plus, I thought it'd be fun to like mess with it a bit. As you can see, I'm really struggling with like the shapes and everything and what goes on top of what. It's not my strong suit, but it is definitely fun to try once in a while. So I would recommend it, even if you do like line art over a lineless art. I've seen that in like certain apps and everything, there's a vector tool where it's like a lasso that just fills in like foof. And I wish that Procreate had that. That'd be really nice. And I don't think it's possible to make a brush like that. But if they could ever put that in, that'd be really nice. Anyway, back to the process. Using texture to my advantage, I try my best to visualize the details on Dexter while also adding various shades of red, brown, yellow, and orange that you'll see later on. Texture is actually very important for lineless art, in my opinion, because of the fact that it helps add a bit of a 3D feel and makes it feel more lifelike than a bunch of shapes and colors. Although it is possible for you to do that, like a nice silky smooth version, I think a lot of lineless art looks better with texture, so mess with the noise, mess with the paint brushes. Keep doing it till you find what works with you. The biggest example of like the best texture that you could see here is probably the little gills on his head. I really like how that looks. What I could have done better is the trench coat, because I keep like smudging everything. It doesn't look that bad at the end considering my level of this, but it could have been better, especially since I wanted like there to be stripes or whatever, but I had to hold back because I didn't want this to be too complex when I'm still learning. The hat also could have been better. I kind of just like slapped it there. That could have been something I'd better improve on. But again, these are notes for next time. Always take notes of what you could have been done better and don't regret it. Just always like always be aware, happy with the art, and realize all of these things. I merged everything down, which is something I don't usually do, but for lineless art, it's just to make things easier for me. I don't know how anybody could even do all of that on one layer, but somehow they do. And now I'm messing with the lighting, doing all of these various tones of red and orange, brown, like I said earlier, to help match in with the background. I even color drop a few things once in a while to help me get these things involved. So it looks like Dexter here, it blends in with the scene. Although it's very hard to get a fish cartoon man to fit in a subway. I don't know what else I was trying to do. I added a grunge feel there. I tried adding more shading. Sometimes less is more. I probably should have thought about that. But again, I'm still practicing, and I even try to give myself the advantage here of using gradient maps on both Dexter and the background, so they have a cohesive color scheme. Overall, very fun challenge, 10 out of 10. Next one.
New art challenge, draw yourself, but as your tarot card. How to find your tarot card: you take your sun sign, that's your zodiac sign, and you look up the corresponding major arcana card, and from there, draw a tarot card themed around that and yourself. This one's mine. I'm really proud of it. Hit me up and I can explain the symbolism too. Most importantly, have fun. It doesn't have to be this detailed.
Using this website, I was able to check my birthday being December 15th to show that I had both a Justice and a High Priest card. So apparently I'm a fair judge or something. I'll link the website down in the description as well. Really cool cards though. Just like the line art challenge, I had to slow this down, lost the footage. It's getting really annoying. I had this happen to me so many times that caused a lot of different video cancels. But a good friend of mine has an idea that I'm pretty sure could help and work. So soon this will be fixed soon. Until then, on the left hand side, you should be able to see not only the tarot cards, but a card that I already made of myself in the tarot cards. I did this like maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and I believe it was because of Persona 5 that I wanted to try something like this. It's either that or JoJo Part 3. Yeah, I freaking like JoJo a lot. And I tried to do like this ultimate royalty warrior with like this weird axe. I don't know why I made the moon an axe and everything. I don't see how that's gonna hit someone, let alone stay on the sword, a very really pick stick sword. but that's why I'm updating it. It'd be fun to update, especially with how my Sona looks now and everything. I try to incorporate more of the Justice and the High Priestess feel, while also making it fair to how I would want to look and feel. A good example is the fact that the dress is more on the dress robe, whatever, is more open, meaning that I can move more freely and have shorts under rather than just pants and a cross of a shirt. I also want to incorporate more blue, so the cloak is going to be blue and everything for a better reason, to feel more like purity, and go along with the moon attached to the back to feel like it's weighed on my shoulders like a real royal person with a heavy crown on top. And instead of a heart tattoo, which looks really adorable, I put it onto the crown so that way it looks a bit more innocent-like. Using primarily yellow and white and blue together to make this weird clash of close complementaries and a bit of a regal feel. Not anything to be like the queen or whatever, just to suit the High Priestess high tier, as well as the Justice, making people bow down to them or whatever. I may be lawful evil or lawful good, you decide. And that's the end of the video and everything. I promise to upgrade my stuff and provide better quality drawings and videos. And until then, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. It was a lot of fun. And if you ever want to interact with me more and help plan my videos, I now have a Patreon. Shout out to Sabat and Trash Panda for supporting me so far. Link in the description if you want to join. And as always, stay safe. Thank you for everything.